Hi, welcome. My name's Lori Glenn, and I'm proud to be one of the presenters at the first annual Restorative Arts and Yoga event this May 19th through the 21st at Granlibakken Lake Tahoe. And today's video is Yoga Nidra Part 3, how to prepare and what to expect. So we'll start with how to prepare. So the first thing you want to do is dress comfortably and dress so that you'll be warm. You don't want to be super bundled up, but so that you'll be warm because we'll be laying there for a while. So you'll probably already be in yoga pants, so you might already be comfortable, but make sure you maybe bring some socks or a sweatshirt or something that you can put over if you're just in tank top and short pants. Secondarily, you want to set up, and this is probably the most important thing, you want to set up what I call your nest. So you're laying down for almost 45 minutes and you want to make sure you're comfortable. Even though yoga mat's padded, when you're laying there after a little while, sometimes just the pressure on the back of the head or on the shoulders or the hands on the floor can become pretty uncomfortable, and then all you're doing is thinking about how you're uncomfortable. So you really want to set yourself up comfortably. So I'll show you how I set up. We're at my home studio here, so I'll show you what I've got going on. So I've got a yoga mat laid down here, and then over the top of it, I have a blanket laid lengthwise, so it just covers the yoga mat. You could have 2 or 3 blankets. I often do that because I get pretty sore when I lay there. And then I have a blanket spread out wide across the mat this way, so that when you lay with your arms out at your side, your hands aren't on the wood floor because that becomes uncomfortable and a little bit cold. Third, I have a blanket folded up for underneath the head. And it's not too thick. If you get it too thick or you get a big pillow, you're going to shove your head forward and then you'll cut off the throat. And you want to keep the throat open. So just a little padding. And then a 4th blanket to spread open over yourself to keep you warm. Even if you tend to run a little bit warmer, you might like this blanket because once we get really relaxed, which is one of the goals of this meditation practice, you start to cool down. The body temperature cools down. So you want to stay warm. And then you've got a bolster for under the knees. So the bolster can be smaller than this if you don't like it this big, but I like this one. It gives me a little bit of space, and it helps me to keep the weight off of my heels on the floor, which can also get tender. So this is ideally how you'd be set up with a blanket laid over you. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You can create all this at home if you're practicing at home, and we'll have all this for you at the event. So that is how to prepare. The third thing, which isn't necessary for the event in Tahoe, is if you already have a sankalpa or a heartfelt intention that you're working with or that you've developed, you can bring that with you and we'll work with it. But we will also take time during my workshop to cultivate a sankalpa, a powerful, potent sankalpa that you can work with during the practice. So just know that we'll have time to do that. So that's how to prepare. Now what to expect. So the practice itself will last about 40 to 45 minutes during the event. You can practice Yoga Nidra in a shorter amount of time. You can even practice it in 15 minutes, but it's really just a teaser. It's a little taste. So having a full 45 minutes to practice is really invaluable. So be prepared for that, and you'll be laying down for the whole time. And then secondarily, you'll be guided through the entire practice. So you don't have to worry about what to do or how to be. You'll be guided through the entire thing by my instructions, or if you're following another teacher, by their instructions. So just know that you'll be guided through visualization, through the relaxation process, through all the steps to get you to the state of Yoga Nidra. And then you'll also be guided slowly and peacefully out of the state of Yoga Nidra back to the regular worlds. And then the third thing is some of the things you might experience while you're in the state of Yoga Nidra or while you're going toward the state of Yoga Nidra. So these are wide and varying in all degrees. Some of the really common ones are that students or practitioners experience a deep state of peace, calm, and connection. And of course, relaxation. One of the main fundamental goals of this practice is to get you into parasympathetic nervous response, our relaxation response, the state in which our body heals optimally. So that's one of the goals. So you may also feel deeply relaxed during and after. That may extend well into the rest of your evening, possibly into your next days and weeks. Some of the other things you might experience are what I call epiphanies or revelations. Sometimes while you're in the state of Yoga Nidra, an answer will just come to you about maybe a problem you've been working on, or a decision you're trying to make, or an action that you might need to take. You might just have a sense of what to do and just knowing. So your intuition starts to kick in. Again, that's the theta brainwave state, really taps into our intuition. You may also experience emotions, for the whole variety of emotions: happy, sad, glad, nervous, anxious, excited, all of the variety of emotions. And the goal is really just to allow them to move through you without attaching to them or trying to push them away. Just to witness them and experience them, and they'll evolve and dissolve on their own. Some of the other things you might experience are visions. A lot of people will see things, which is not uncommon, maybe colors, maybe really descriptive visions. Also a strong sense of release, of being able to let go. And it doesn't have to be of anything specific. It may just be a general sensation that something's releasing from you, or that you're able to let go. And it might be specific as well. And also a really deep sense of healing, really healing in the heart and really healing in the soul. And that, to me, is probably one of the biggest, most valuable things of this practice, is that release and that healing that happens. And it doesn't have to be about something really specific. You don't have to know, I'm going in there to heal this thing. You might find that the healing happens without you needing to be really cognitive or consciously aware of it. So that's it. That's what to expect and how to prepare. And we're going to talk a lot more about it in the workshop. It's a super powerful practice that can be done at home, that can be done on the road, that can be done in yoga class. So I hope you join me. I'd love to see you there for the Yoga Nidra workshop. And I'd love to see you at the event. It's going to be really fun. There's going to be a lot of good stuff going on and a bunch of amazing instructors. So I hope to see you there. Namaste.